Right at the heart of this whole thing is a huge paradox. You see, the US and Israel have this overwhelming military firepower. They're winning battles left and right. But here's the catch. All those tactical victories, they're just not adding up to a real decisive political win.
So why is that? To get it, we really have to change the way we look at this whole conflict, because it's not as simple as one country fighting another. Not even close.
Yeah, this is way more than just a three-way fight. It's what you'd call a complex systems conflict. You've got all these different players in the mix: the US, Israel, Iran and its Revolutionary Guard, Hezbollah in Lebanon, various militias in Iraq. And it's not just about boots on the ground. The conflict stretches all the way to global energy markets and Gulf infrastructure. Everything is connected, so one move over here creates these massive ripple effects everywhere else. Okay. So this war didn't just pop up out of thin air. It was really triggered by a very specific and very high-stakes failure. And that failure was all about the collapse of nuclear verification. And here's the really crucial point. The minute the IAEA, that's the International Atomic Energy Agency, lost eyes on Iran's nuclear program, everything changed. Deterrence became a total guessing game. So for the US and Israel, you had this combination of nuclear opacity, not knowing what's going on, and Iran's very real missile capacity. And that mix, they decided it was an unacceptable risk. That's what led directly to those first strikes on February 28th.
But Iran's biggest counterpunch, its most powerful weapon, wasn't just military. Nope, it was economic. And it was aimed at one single, absolutely critical choke point that affects the entire world.
This is where you can really see the clashing goals. On one side, you have the US and Israel going for these huge, maximalist objectives. They want to basically redesign the whole strategic geography of the region. But Iran is playing a totally different game. For them, this is about regime survival, first and foremost. And their strategy is to inflict just enough economic pain to force everyone to the negotiating table. And wow, here's what that economic pain actually looks like. The fighting basically shut down the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, look at that. Tanker traffic dropped by 95%. Just gone. And remember, about a fifth of the entire world's energy supply flows through there. Or, well, it used to. And this isn't some kind of exaggeration. The chief of the International Energy Agency said it himself. This is a major, major threat. We're not talking about just a regional problem anymore. This is a massive structural shock to the entire global economy. Full stop. So where is all this heading? Well, it's building towards a really, really unstable endgame. A clear-cut victory for one side doesn't seem likely. A lasting peace? Probably not. The most probable outcome is something else, something much more precarious. They're calling it an